So I'm just curious, and this is for the guys out there. Um, when you are dating or doing the online dating thing or attempting to find somebody, whatever, why is it important to ask a woman when she says that she's a mom of more than one child how many dads the kids have?
Is that a trick question?
Like if they all have the same dad or not. And then after you get the answer, why do you judge that? Like, I get it. If I was like some fucking trollop, that had 10 kids with 11 dads and was raking in all the fucking child support, and all the shit and whatnot that you see people bitch about all the time, I get it. I would probably judge on that too. But, like, why just judge when a woman says, I've got 4 kids? No, they don't all have the same dad. But
Why is this crazy? What, she think that 10 is the limit for you to be able to ask if they have the same dads? Let me ask y'all a question, ladies. This specifically for the ladies. If you met a guy, right, and you kicking it with him, and you find out that he has 4 children, do you think that you'd be inquiring about whether or not all 4 children had the same mothers, or if he had 3 different mothers, or if it was 2 different mothers? Or let's bring it all the way down to 2 different children, right? With a little bit of gap in between them. Let's say 2 years in between them, right? And he got 2 different children. And do you think that it's crazy to try to figure out if y'all start to take each other serious? Now, if you busting it down for a real one and you just kicking it with him for the day and he just so happened to mention it, then cool. Because if you're not taking nobody serious, and what you even getting into these type of conversations for? Now, I know that the dating app world is a little bit different, right? And y'all look crazy for even dating on dating apps in 2025. And so the only dating app that you should probably be interacting with is Instagram. And yes, Instagram is a dating app because even though you guys are on there shooting your shots in the DMs, that's not the way that I think that y'all should be interacting. I think that it should just be an extension of meeting a person in real life. And instead of having to ask for the phone number, you just, hey, no pressure. Let's exchange Instagram. What's your Instagram? And just going from there. However, I don't believe that it's unreasonable for if a woman has 4 kids to try to figure out whether or not she have 2 fathers. And then she said, what do you mean? Why do we judge? That's a part of your whole facts. That is a part of what decisions that you're making. And I think that you should add a little bit more into that. Hey, was you married to them? Were you married to him? And did you have these children out of wedlock? What does this look like? Because see, what people are not realizing in that is that you can probably accurately predict what your time with that person is going to be. Contrary to popular belief, most people don't change. Most people don't. Even women that decide that they want to get married, because, my time, I didn't do whatever it is that I wanted to do in my 20s and in my early 30s, and now I'm looking to settle down. They have a whole lot of guys that they didn't talk to in between that time, most instances, right? And so why would they let the good ones get away? They didn't let the good ones get away. It was a them problem, not a him problem. And so they basically attracted or they talked to the person that's more closely aligned with who they are and who they were at the time, which is more or less whatever it is that they're going to be. Now, you say, well, it's some people that got married later on in life or past a 35-year-old age, and they may have made it work a little bit or whatever, so on and so forth. Or they stayed married for a little bit of time or whatever, right? It's not that she's changed. She suppressed a lot of times who she is, or she's evolved how she deal with certain things at that particular time in order to stay in that relationship that benefited her at that particular time. So it was a matter of convenience and effort based off of the convenience. It's like a job, right? If you go into a job, a lot of times, let's say, for example, that job really, really is a good job or it provides really great benefits. We call it a golden parachute. And a lot of times, or golden handcuffs. The golden parachute is a completely different thing. Golden handcuffs mean that you want to leave, is not really conducive for you to leave, and it just paid too well. And I can't walk away from this because they provide such a great lifestyle or great opportunity and it got good benefits, or I need the benefits in order to do this, and a 401k or a 403b is double matched and all of this other stuff, right? We call those golden handcuffs. You're there not necessarily because you just love the job, but because you actually love what the job provides for you. And that is the reason why you justify sticking around. So when you see a woman say some crazy stuff like, why would you ask that? And even after you find out the answer, why do you judge it? You got to start questioning people's mental capacity, right? You got to start wondering, how did these people make it out of school? Did they even get to the point to where they was even able to get a degree? And what if they got a degree, what school did they get it from? So I can make sure that I don't send my children there. Because why wouldn't you evaluate every single aspect of a person that you're looking to take serious? In which, you know me, my philosophy is that I never advocate for people that don't have children, especially guys, to go and be a single step crash dummy. And it's the same thing for women. I wouldn't advocate for women to do the same thing either. I wouldn't advocate for a woman to go talk to a man that got children and nothing like that. I just, if you don't want to do that, that's cool. I'm not tripping on it either way. I vehemently don't want men to go and talk to a single baby mama. That's a whole nother conversation. But yes, you are supposed to judge. You are supposed to evaluate it because it helps you to figure out whether or not that's something that's going to be impacting you in the future.
One dad has raised them. Why immediately unmatch with that? Like, you didn't ask what the situation was. You didn't ask anything. Like, for all you know, my first husband could have died, and then I got remarried and had a kid with the second husband. I mean, that's...
Nah, we're not doing none of that. Listen, if it don't work for y'all, it's okay for y'all to have preferences. Don't let them shame y'all into not having preferences. I don't really care what the circumstance is. It's going to be the same thing. If you got preferences, you stand 10 toes down on your preferences and you don't it don't matter. I don't care what the situation is. Oh, the first one doesn't. No. And I didn't want to get mad because you don't want to know the context of what their situation is. You're just moving on with your life because you realize that it's a better situation for you if you to just move it on and not want to deal with this nonsense.
That's not what happened in my situation. But
we know. It's bull.
Why do you even ask the question? Like, does it matter?
Yep.
Especially if the kids are damn near grown?
Yep.
You're not dating me to date my kids. Like, granted, eventually kids are going to be intertwined, but why does it fucking matter?
Because of what you literally just said. Eventually the kids are going to be intertwined. Are they listening to what them say? Like, when y'all record these videos, I'm thankful for y'all saying what y'all say, but when y'all record these videos and you look back at the video that you're recording, do y'all be like, you know what? This was a little off, or, this is great. We should just go ahead and send it.
I'm curious about that. Like, I'm not sitting there and asking you how many women you've stuck your dick into and possibly gotten pregnant. You know what I mean? Like,
you should.
I just don't understand why there's that judgment and that stigma behind all of that. Can someone clarify, please?
Yeah, I think I just did. If y'all dealing with women that's this disconnected and delusional about what is supposed to be happening and how you're supposed to be moving in a relationship, to where and then she tried to paint a scenario that didn't even apply to her, that wasn't applicable to her. Nice try. But if y'all are dealing with a person that is this delusional and they can't make sense of why you would ask that type of question, and they look at it as being judgmental, then that's probably a situation that you don't want to deal with anyway. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. T-Tanley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. Always going to link back to the content creator in the description. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm holla at y'all later. Peace.